Welcome to Boar's Tooth 2024.
Greg on blue, Andrew on yellow, on deck.
We're about to be starting the armored fighting section. This is a tournament run by Ian Davis with a brand new rule set. Beautiful rule set.
How would you like?
A little bit complicated, as you can see on the screen here. So if you later are curious about what scores and what does not, you can refer back to this beautiful rules overlay that we've got here.
We'll be keeping this between bouts so people can refer
Get this
back.
belt on him. Goes through one.
So this harness event is a little unique in that this is sort of designed to be much more accessible than the average harness
relatively safe
event. So we're working with a lot of regular standard longsword kit, and the rule set is designed to allow the fencers to simulate an armored duel without actually having to invest in a full set of harness. Now, there are fencers here who do have a full set of harness on their own, and so it'll be interesting to see how those fencers' experiences will be different. We'll see if we can get anybody in for interviews later on afterwards.
Fencer ready.
That's an if.
Fencer ready.
So this is assuming a set of armor that has a strong breastplate.
Thrust to the hand against blue. How do I need to call that for the
in the
Excel
front?
sheet?
And
Clean hit gold.
Armor protection on the sides
Fencer
of the
ready.
hips. And
Fencer
also
ready.
has chainmail over the upper arms. All right, so we're beginning.
Hold. There was a thrust to the hand on the way in. I think you gave me one and then the next.
Now that
clean
one,
hit
I think
blue.
hits the hand, but as it went in at the end, it almost hit the groin. You got to be careful.
Fencer ready. Fencer ready.
Because
Last
that's
pass.
both off target and also considered unacceptable in our rule set.
Very painful with the spear.
But
going for the dagger, or the sword, rather.
A moment to think.
Hold. Clean hit gold. Cut to the hand.
So you'll remember that our example armor
All right, drop your weapons.
In this tournament does not have protection over the lower arms, and that was what was just hit by gold.
Now the interesting thing there is that Gold Fencer drew the sword a little early and then sort of realized, oh, I've got this out. This is kind of an obstruction. What do I do with it? It's not feasible to really unsheath it. But he was able to think quickly and land a nice cut there to an open target.
What's also especially interesting is because he had the spear in his left hand and he kept that up while he was deploying the sword, he was able to keep himself safe for long enough to deploy the sword. Very interesting.
Exactly. I mean, it's a little bit of
ready?
a preview of a rapier and dagger almost.
Fencer ready?
Like
Table ready,
staff
yeah.
and
Fence.
sword.
Exactly. Gold Fencer being very aggressive here. You'll have to see it.
Hold. Clean hit blue. You. Yes. Clean hit blue.
We see clean hit blue. Perhaps it was a hit to the arm.
Fencer ready.
I didn't hear the location.
I think Ian might have been in the way of the angle there. Getting in close to the grappling.
Is trying to deploy the sword.
Hold. Nice. Clean hit blue after a lovely scuffle and the trouble with the draw that somebody just died that way and was like, fuck. Last pass. Fencer ready? Good. Fencer ready. Fence.
Gold going for the sword again, having trouble.
Hold. Nice.
But this time, while
Lovely
the
control
spear
as
was
well.
held up to ward,
Clean hit blue.
It's not quite enough, and the spear is able to get in from blue over the top.
Yeah. Gold got in close, trying to get past the point of the spear, but was not able to actually get into that close measure, and remained too vulnerable.
So unfortunately, with the two pools of four that we're running, some people are going to fight
line,
twice in rapid
to
succession.
extend his arm just a little bit more. I think
Sometimes you kill a dude and then you got to fight the next guy immediately. Rip.
Now, what's sort of interesting
Table ready?
is the targeting, of course, with
Fencer
the
ready.
cuts.
Fencer ready?
And then
Judge
you could
ready?
tell that blue fencer
Fence.
really had to think about where he was, where they were going to throw
Oh!
the cut.
Oh, very nice.
Quite nice thrust, I believe, to the throat or face.
So blue's just holding position
Clean hit,
above
blue.
there, and
There's
then
a thrust that touched low
gold
and
sleeps for
wasn't
just a moment,
counted,
and it's
and
over
then
there.
Craig nicely lifted and touched the face. So,
So
clean
he's
hit, blue.
calling that the initial
Fencer ready?
thrust
Fencer ready?
landed in the gorget
Fence.
or in the chest protection, but that the renewal
Hold.
came in, and I think
Clean
he
hit,
does the same
blue.
thing again there. The initial thrust is not quite good enough, and he continues.
Fencer
on
ready?
forward.
Fencer ready? Judge ready?
It's true
Last
that armor
pass.
is
Fence.
an art of persistence, is it not?
Exactly.
Yep. So he misses initially and then comes in again.
Clean hit,
Yeah.
blue, right? Clean hit, blue. Brief note. Watch those half
So.
yeah, that one came
Carmichael,
down
do
behind. It was almost.
contestants get any additional points
Match.
for landing the same hit 3 times
Drop your weapons.
each time?
I do not recall. We'll see when we.
No.
Wait,
no.
that's 3 in a row?
He should. though. He should.
They do not, but I believe he should.
He
Those
gets
3 in a row?
style points. You should get style points.
Yeah, very beautiful. I mean, it shows
That
that
was 3 in a
that
row.
action is
James,
good,
James.
I'd say.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a minute or 2 minutes.
So gold fencer will be in again. So we're going to
Actually,
gold fencer.
How are you
have
doing?
a
'Cause
little
we
bit
could, we
of
could also
extra
just jump to
time
the next one.
to rest and
Let's do that.
recuperate.
We're going to swap order. I'm going to go to give me the Isaiah
let me change the
pairing,
order.
and
Okay,
then
that
we'll
makes sense.
come
And
back.
And now that we've
to-
seen a couple of these bouts, let me
That's
draw
3 in
your
a row.
attention back to our little visual of the fighter's armor
this
that we're
setup.
Right.
mirroring here in our tournament. So this fencer has no lower arm
Isaiah on
protection.
blue, Andrew
His
on
hands are
yellow.
uncovered.
We're swapping order just because
the legs
3
are off
fights
target
in a
this
row
tournament for
sucks.
safety reasons, but then he has good armor over his chest and thighs and chainmail over his upper arms.
And as is noted here in the overlay, what
Yeah,
we're trying to
'cause these-
simulate is 15th, 16th
You're up now.
century
Sorry.
sort of
Yeah, we swapped order.
late end, early
Isaiah on
Italian
blue.
wars in the prior century.
Andrew, yeah, I know.
More of a regular infantryman,
get there.
not your aristocrat
be okay.
with full harness, as you can obviously see. Although, of course, somebody might not be wearing everything they have the potential to wear in any different context. Which one of the interesting things about this experiment is that it allows
I
us
didn't
to
note
look
this at the
at
start, but we are
context
developing
other
a
than the
pattern.
judicial
I didn't
duel.
say anything about where either weapon had to be when we
So
said
Matt,
go.
are fencers allowed
I
to
showed the
pay
belt, that's
additional
not a
money or
requirement.
to
Okay,
draw
table ready?
resources from their lands in
ready?
order to buy better
Fence
armor
ready?
for this tournament?
Unfortunately, not
Fence.
this year, but we're looking at it for next year,
All of those donations will be going directly to Boston Armizare, thankfully.
of course. We are available for hire.
Hold.
Oh, it looks like we've got a rifle.
That one's going to be a card, unfortunately.
Almost a throw of the
what
spear.
was I forgot? But yellow card is just baseline. Yellow card against blue.
Yeah. So with the spear, we're really looking for a very,
Yep. Yeah.
a very
Did that touch your face at all?
low level of intensity with the blows.
Like the back being loose.
So here we have, but we have rubber tips on, and so interacting with the face mesh, that really demands a lower level of intensity.
That how do we do cards?
Matt, have you ever been hit by a thrust from a spear like this in earnest?
I was once hit by the butt of a spear
Yellow card,
on my temple. It caused some problems for my
That's gonna
glasses,
go
certainly.
against, so if
But as far as I'm aware, I was not concussed.
But that is the worry here.
Yeah.
That is what we're trying to make sure doesn't happen in our tournament.
I think the fellow who smashed me in the side of the head actually was skilled enough to
That was
hit
no
my
count.
glasses, but pull the actual blow before that extra millimeter would have
Yeah. Oh,
caved
yeah,
in
that's
my
right.
brain.
clean hit.
Yikes. And that's why we award the yellow card, is it not?
Yes.
It is. It is.
Correct. There we go. Okay, so just so we know what happened, we are moving on to the second pass. Yellow card is a loss of that pass for the person who receives it. Okay, sound good? Fencer ready. Fencer ready. Judge. Table. Table
so
ready?
that's an actual yellow card in this
Table ready?
tournament. A yellow card is
Fence.
a penalty that stacks throughout the tournament, so fencer in blue is going to have to make sure that he doesn't do something like that again.
Run out. That's a double.
The ring sizes here are sort of a medium kind of ring, but you've really got to be
Fencer
quite
ready?
careful because
Fencer ready?
a
Last
ring
pass.
out,
Fence.
is a loss of points.
But it's a loss of points for both fencers here, actually, in this
Yes.
particular rule set, which is unusual, but it is because we're trying to make it so that
Half strike to the hand. Clean hit
some
blue.
fencers aren't pushing each other out of the ring, causing danger for
All right,
everyone.
who's up?
Exactly.
Give
I
me
believe
the
in
second
words
Isaiah pass.
of Ian, we're not looking to turn this into a sumo match. On these hardwood floors with all this kit, that could
Yes.
get ugly.
James, you're on deck. Who's my other? Yep, and are on deck. Yep, you're on deck. Craig's up. Yep. Gives you a little break time as we arm Craig up. You're fine. Cards don't make you a bad person. Yep. They are a social control. Your fencing is nice, though. Yeah. Good deal. Table ready. Table ready. Fencer ready. Fencer ready. Fence.
We're readjusting the camera just a little bit to get over Ian's head a little bit more. Ooh, that was close.
Hold. That was a low and slow. He met criteria. That was a cut to the hands, clean hit
All right,
from
so
blue.
that's a call late from the
Yeah,
judges.
sorry.
Yeah.
There was a delay. It was tippy, but we said what we said. So we stick to what we said.
So one is allowed to cut
Table ready?
with the spear, which is
Fence ready?
interesting.
Fence ready? Fence.
Still adjusting the camera here.
Hold.
So pardon that.
Out
Is
of
that a
bounds.
ring out, or does it come in already?
I think the ring out happens right after, but we'll see what the judges think.
Yeah.
That's happened
It's good
enough
that we have
times.
this
I'm
instant
gonna
replay.
count that one as cowardice.
But
So,
they do not.
That's a clean hit for
The
him.
instant
You're
replay
not
of the
doing
judges,
sumo.
as
You're
always,
backing up a
is
little too
simply
much, so
memory.
watch out for it. Clean yellow. Clean gold. Last pass. Fencer ready? Fencer ready? Fence. Hold.
We'll see where the target area on that cut is.
Premature hold. Reset.
I think it was a cut to the
Yeah,
upper
well, it
arm,
landed
which is
on arm.
armored, and not scoring
Fencer ready?
area.
Right. In
Fencer
order
ready?
to get a point on that area,
Fence.
you need to place your point and then push like as to get through chainmail armor.
Hold.
Well, that looks clean.
Oh, touched here.
Oh yes.
Clean hit
Gold
gold.
fencer again.
I didn't see it. Clean hit gold.
With a
Clean hit
very
gold.
nice, well-placed renewal.
Yep.
When fencing, when going up against gold with the spear, you can't be satisfied with a single parry because that renewal is going to come. I believe that was the
Where'd our
fourth
belt go?
or
Belt's
fifth
right there. Can you
time
grab that?
that gold fencer has landed a similar thrust.
Yeah.
It's almost like Matt. Good action. He should continue to do it as he continues in the tournament.
You should continue to do it until somebody can stop it.
It has to
agree
go
with that.
below the fold level.
And we see your beautiful boars in the chat. Feel free to pour more boars into the chat if you'd like.
I got it. Pull it down into the front. Doing okay on time. Okay. Nice. Same there. All right. Table ready.
Gold fencer
Fencer ready?
electing to start
Fencer ready?
with the sword
Fence.
drawn and the spear. Oh, so is blue fencer.
Now that
Hold.
is a spicy development.
Clean hit gold.
Oh my, look at them go. Oh, a clean hit.
Long rapier and dagger. Fencer ready. Fencer ready.
I think
Fence.
the dynamics change a bit in that scenario. Got to be really careful.
Oh,
Right, because it's difficult to give opposition with the spear in this case where it doesn't have
premature
hands on it.
hold.
I think it's
Sorry.
a much riskier. I think the risk
Premature
of a double
hold, nothing
is
done.
much
Don't count
higher.
it. Spencer ready?
But look, they look like jousters.
Spencer ready?
wouldn't you
Second
say?
pass.
Exactly.
Fence.
So there's both a downside, like you described, and also an upside, like looking like a jouster.
Exactly. Now I believe that's a
Up.
ring out before
Double.
the cut lands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eh.
The cut comes
There was
into
good
the top,
fencing
that's
happening
not
the whole time. I didn't
that's
see
covered by
cowardice,
the
so
helmet.
just double.
Yep. And remember
Spencer
that
ready?
when
Spencer
blue
ready?
fencer runs gold out of the
Fence.
ring, that counts as a double in this case.
So you've got to give your opponent enough space to hang
Oh!
themselves, so to speak.
I'm going to count that thrust up. We feel, well, shoulder turned. That may have actually been out here and would be a gleam. Crap. Nothing done again. Premature hold. Spencer ready? Spencer ready? Fence. Hold.
So repeated strikes, 100 strikes to
Chop,
the
chop,
head.
chop
Exactly.
to the
But
face.
that's
Clean
possible
hit blue.
because he gets to the inside in between both weapons
math.
and therefore
Thank you.
has access for quite a while.
Much as in rapier
right,
and
this
dagger,
is my other
or
pool.
in sword and buckler.
Come here. Who needs
getting
belt?
in
Who
between
has
the
belt?
weapons is an extremely advantageous
All
position.
right, each of you gets
What
a
we
belt
see
and it
there
stays
is that
on.
Gold Fencer's simply unable to bring the weapons into parry because it's too tangled up.
Oh.
As a result, Gold
Yeah,
Fencer
you're gonna
gets
need that.
rather a close shave.
Belt goes on, Zach.
Rather a close shave indeed, Matt. Yeah, that was a very interesting mutation on our initial format, right? The spear alone, very different from this dual weapon style that is still very possible in this format.
I concur. My opinion, and we'll see
Correct.
if this is
Yeah,
borne out,
so we'll come back to
is
that.
that
Give me
it
armor
would be
pool two.
disadvantageous to start with both weapons out if your opponent is only using the spear in both hands.
Right. Certainly, any match combination
hold on.
gives you no
Yeah.
special
Back
disadvantage.
on
but
blue.
It does seem like the spear alone
Liz
might
on
be
gold.
good against this this situation where with the
Owen
spear
on
alone, you
deck
can,
blue, Dustin
maintain
on
the
deck
center
gold.
with better structure.
You are
and
up.
you can force your opponent to actually have to parry those actions.
I also think that you can beat very effectively with both hands on the spear, and with one hand on the spear, it's more susceptible to a beat, and that's what I would be worried about if I were going with both weapons out against an opponent who didn't have that.
Honestly, I'm worried about that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Table
very
ready.
close. A beat is hard enough.
Yeah.
Knock a sword into our faces.
Yeah. That's true, but that's the sort of
The risk that we're willing
Yeah.
to accept.
that's right.
For
That's
the sake of the audience.
for us to comment. Someone must get hurt.
Exactly.
Spencer ready. Judge ready. Fence.
I believe that this is a separate
Hold.
set of fencers. Actually,
Clean strike
I
blue.
think we've moved to a second pool.
I believe we have. Now,
We're leaving the belts to avoid this. You don't want it. All right.
we have
Spencer
a
ready? Spencer ready.
fashion malfunction there.
Fence.
Hopefully his pants will stay up.
We'll see, but we'll be looking out for it if they don't.
You'll get the replay, don't worry.
Nice.
Looks like Blue's thrust.
Clean strike gold.
Blue's thrust comes in
Last pass,
on the
ready?
clear ass, and Gold's is able to get in on the renewal or the riposte.
Spencer ready.
It was
Spencer
a little
ready.
hard to see since that
Fence.
angle to his chest is covered by his body from our perspective.
Getting in close there to the
That
hand.
It was very close to the mask from gold to blue there.
Sword is out.
Hold.
Oh wow, an
us
incredible
a second
defense
to
by
figure it
Gold
out.
there for a long
Clean
time.
strike
know.
blue.
Turning the spear almost into
That
reminds me
moment where you're
of,
like, where do I cut?
Pietromonti's,
I don't know where to cut.
Too partisan, where he tells you to plant one in the ground and use that to
You want
defend
a
yourself. and the
bigger
other one
coverage for the
normally is a
breastplate,
spear.
or
Yeah, that's quite a good analogy. I think that's rather like what we just saw
No, you're
here.
good. You're good. I have
Can't
spares.
plant it in the ground here because this
It's
is
whatever.
a nice elementary school, I believe, and we cannot destroy their floors. But then again, we don't have the equipment to destroy their floors either.
Fence ready.
True. This is, I
Fence
believe
ready.
these spears are
Ready.
rattan.
Fence. Hold. Clean strike, blue to yellow.
Yeah, so we
nice
see
whip.
that
Fence ready.
rising cut with the
Fence
tip
ready.
of the partisan up into
Fence.
the hand of gold from blue. He's going for it again.
Blue to the
Very quick
hands,
rising
clean
cut
strike
there.
again. Or clean strike for blue.
Gold is going to have
Clarify
to be
my judging.
careful and
Fence ready.
find a parry for that.
Ready. Fence.
Yeah, and it seems like it's an exploitable
Pass.
weakness. It
Good
didn't
to
come
call
up a
that.
lot in the last pool, but I think as we see fencers adapting to this style, we're going to keep
Nothing
seeing
done
this more
that I
and more.
saw. What'd you
I
What'd you
think
see?
gold tried to do a level change there, get lower to ensure that blue wouldn't be able to generate sufficient
Goes on.
travel to land that. But conversely, that left the
saw it.
high line more open.
Or can he move? But with his disadvantages.
Nothing in
turn.
terms of a warning beyond
I think
full
we see
queue if that
no
lands.
actual
that
action
could be a card.
come in.
Yeah, the ruling of the thrust was that it was passé, that it was not quality.
It was a good clip. I would say you're lucky that. Yeah, I would say you're lucky that there was a void. Yep. Just
And
watch
passé in this
that.
case means that it doesn't hit directly on,
Fence ready.
and therefore a
Fence
thrust
ready.
like that
Last
might
pass.
skate
Fence.
off your hand or arm, but not really cause the sort of lasting damage that we're worried about in a fight with sharp weapons. So that goes to the chest plate from golds.
Gold on the way
Oh!
out on the edge.
Thrust to the face that I think was controlled in its intent.
All right, so it was that
but
first
it did
thrust
touch.
in
Clean hit
quite
blue.
a bit before. The hold is a little slow, but that was the action that was
For
called.
my judging.
And I
Good
want
action.
to compliment Blue's management of
Looked like you
distance.
touched, but
Blue
like you held
fencer
it back.
stops
I don't think
at the distance where,
Okay. I thought it was controlled.
if you were to step any further, it would probably incentivize gold to take one step back.
I think the intent
cause
not
a
to
double.
blast was
Well, and
prevented you
furthermore,
from
I'm not
touching
sure if
me.
you saw this dynamic unfolding, Matt, but there also was Gold was thinking about whether he might be able to unsheath his sword and come in, but because Blue was so far away,
Yeah.
he wasn't able to do that,
Yeah.
and then he was punished for trying, for,
Call it in the order you see
spending
it.
that time thinking, I think.
Yeah. And so the swords are fairly short. They are uniform. Unfortunately, I don't have the length exactly to
Stack on blue. Oh, and
to
yellow.
hand right now. But they are denoted in the rule set as Katzbalgers. They're not that long. It's really sort of
On deck,
a
Dustin
weapon
blue,
for when
Liz
you're in
yellow.
close or about to crash in close.
Fencer ready. Fencer ready. Table judge. Fence.
And actually, to my
Hold.
eye, it looks like our
Clean strike to the
Katzbalger
hands.
simulacrums that
Yellow.
we're running in this tournament aren't such a
Clean
far cry
gold.
from the initial. As
Fencer ready.
long as you
Fencer ready.
um,
Fence.
take into account a little bit of extra hand protection on the original. All right, so we're going for the thrust in. Getting
Hold.
close. Getting close.
Clean blue. Strike to the hands.
Very nice.
Last pass. Fencer ready.
Gold fencer
Fencer ready.
looks like they're trying to cover
Fence.
their face, but the lower hand is open. Is a target. A lot of beats coming in from gold.
Hold.
Yeah.
Clean gold.
Well, the hand is very open in this rule set.
Yeah. I really
Fencers,
wanna-
no
I really like
dilly-dallying.
gold
Get to
set
your
up there.
sides.
Multiple beats on the spear, and then along that same line, a cut to the hands.
Yeah, so it makes Blue complacent, thinking, "Oh, well, I've covered these other ones fine. It's not really a threat." But then it was a threat.
Exactly. If anything, Blue might have held on to the spear tighter, been less likely
Fencer
to
ready.
be able to avoid the target.
Fencer ready.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It also stiffens you up, doesn't
Fence.
Yeah.
it? I agree.
I found that to be the case with the swords. It's interesting to see that again true with the spear. Back and forth here. Both in their zones.
Hold. Half strike to the hands. Clean gold. Fencer ready.
I think it's that
Fencer ready.
descending cut
Fence.
that's seen,
Yep.
but I'm not sure if it lands with the point. Regardless,
Hold.
a nice action.
Clean to the hand. Blue. Yeah.
So both fencers here more conservative with the distance and playing at.
No, I did say
longer
yes to
measure.
that. I said watch out on it.
Yellow's got a question.
You got a point.
Generally, in our tournaments, fencers are not
Your
allowed to
your
call hits
chop on
against
the first one
themselves,
did it.
nor are they allowed to contest
Fencer ready.
the
Fencer
calls
ready.
of judges. This is for
Fence.
simplicity and also fairness in the system.
It should also be noted that in the finals of some
Oh!
tournaments, there
Very.
are challenges
See that thrust touch
available, and the
mesh.
challenges will be instant replays based off the footage you're
Heard.
seeing now.
Nothing done. My
Each
apologies.
fencer will have
Fencer
one
ready.
challenge
Fencer
per
ready.
finals pool.
Fence.
And they also will have to come over here and interrupt our beautiful stream in order to do that, I believe.
Unfortunately, yes.
But these matches are not so important that they might interrupt the stream.
Closing
we're
in for
getting
the
close.
wrestling.
All right, the one sword out.
Blue sword is out. So both swords are out.
Remember that sides have
Hold.
switched right now.
That one's going to count. Couch thrust to the axilla from behind. Clean hit gold. What a pass. What a pass. Gorgeous work, both of you.
Do you regret not signing up for this tournament, Matt, now that you're seeing it unfold? Doesn't it look beautiful to you?
It does look very beautiful. I do have many regrets, and this may well be one of them.
Yeah. So you're thinking maybe you'll train up for this one for the next time that we run such an event?
I very well might.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful work.
I hear your promise, and I'm interested to see it come to completion.
But only if you will, Derek.
All right, I'm in.
Fencer ready.
That
Fencer
reminds
ready.
me, we did not introduce ourselves.
Fence.
I am Matthew Huller.
And I'm Derek Wise, and we're both from Boston Armizare, the hosting club, and students for quite a while at that club, both of us.
I believe I started at the tail end of 2018.
Yeah, and I think I started only a year earlier, actually. He's much younger, though.
Not so young anymore.
So we're getting a scrappy little fight here this time.
I know. Both fencers have both weapons out.
And we see a little bit of an evolution here from Gold's,
Mhm.
where he's holding the sword
Hold!
along the side
Clean
of the
hit
spear.
blue.
He can then grasp the spear as normal.
I rather like that, but I think Gold's error was getting too close, getting into Blue's measure for the sword. I think Gold would have been more
I'm going to
advantaged
direct
to
those
stay a
thrusts to
little
the hands.
further
I'm
out
seeing
and
them,
try
but the
and
quality's just
work,
not there.
at distance. Gold fencer is
Fencer ready.
a little shorter than Blue
Fencer ready.
fencer, so that's a tough situation.
Fence.
Yeah, and it seems like the cut came down on the hands as he was holding the spear and the sword
Hold!
together,
Like
maybe
that.
making his hands a little bit
hit
ungainly.
blue.
We see it again, the same.
Mhm. Yeah.
I knew you could do it. Last pass. Fencer ready. Fencer ready. Fence.
Gold is the more aggressive, testing the distance, but staying in Gold's own zone.
Ooh, that was close.
Hold.
I believe that's for the
Premature
cut to the
hold.
hands.
Not. I didn't actually hear it. I saw it and used myself. Nothing done. Fencer
All right,
ready.
So we're calling that
Fencer ready,
cut
last
to the
pass.
hands, not
Fence.
quality.
Mhm. The way that the armor judging is, the way that the armor judge has been trained, is rather different than what you might normally expect. as a result
Hold.
of,
Clean hit blue. Right in the armpit.
So that's that push thrust that we were seeking out. So
Last
this is a
match.
thrust that
Exactly.
arrives and then is able to be pushed further in, which in the rule set is
Oh, that smell.
mimicking pushing through mail.
I want to run a finals
Exactly.
pool if I go over by like 2-4 minutes. Good.
we've
Isn't
run
this
a
fucking
couple
fun?
experiments in the past.
Dude, some of the
with,
fencing is
with
like
mail,
really
and
coming
the
together.
result is that simply placing the point is not enough. That
Like
one
a
has
good
to
battlefield,
apply
you can smell the
not
fire.
insignificant amounts of
I love the smell of
weight,
rattan in the afternoon.
to actually break the lengths of that mail.
Though
Table ready?
a lot of people
Fencer
who
ready.
uh,
Fencer ready.
think
Fence.
of armor think of it as being nearly impenetrable, and mail isn't so bad against
Hold.
the thrust, but
Hand or
it's
forearm.
not invincible either. It's
That
a
was
small
elbow
link
high.
that can be broken.
Premature hold. My
And that's one of the
apologies.
interesting
Fencer ready.
dynamics of armored
Fencer ready.
fencing is
Fence.
that you have to achieve a position where you can land such a touch But you have to maintain that position while you get through the armor, which adds sort of an extra
Oh!
element of timing.
That one I heard to the
present
hands,
in,
clean hit blue.
Unarmored fencing or blast factor.
Was there any return?
Right, and if
to
we were
hands
watching a armor tournament that assumed heavier armor,
Fencer ready.
then most of
Fencer
the
ready.
fighting would actually be about
Fence.
positioning and rotating the opponent's
Oh!
body. Whereas this,
Clean hit
because the
goal.
arms are so available to be hit,
Last
a
pass.
lot of the
Fencer
strategy
ready.
is coming down to that, I think.
Ready. Fence.
Also, with an open face plate, you can be thrust in the face. Very dangerous. Yeah,
That
see,
was
they're
high.
trying to go for the hands.
Hold.
Unsurprisingly, the hands
Clean hit goal.
are almost always an excellent target.
That's match. End of pool. All right.
And of course, as a
Got 10,
reminder,
yeah.
this rule set assumes
we're gonna do a
little
finals
to no effective hand protection. As a reminder, as you can see on the right side of the screen, that's sort of the armor that we're simulating here. And this fellow has nothing on his hands.
Okay.
Oh, to go into an armored combat with nothing on your hands.
We'll run a quick pool.
But it is
before.
historical, I'm being told.
Okay, we had an
present.
interesting outcome. Listen up. We are
This is why
running
we must
Craig
strive for
and
wealth,
Owen for
so that we
first
can
and
have good,
second.
equipment when we
that's
come
gonna be a
into,
duel.
the lists.
One-on-one.
Exactly.
Then, hopefully we have the time. We're going to run
Right, and that's the only
four-person
reason,
pool
right, Matt?
because we had a four-way.
That's the most
we had
important
a
reason
clear
to
winner
have-
of
to
each pool,
acquire,
and
wealth
then
money.
a tie for second on each pool.
Because with that wealth,
So,
with
a
that
duel
armor, you can
followed
bring
by a
honor to
pool,
yourself,
and then we're
to your
done.
family, to your principality, to your city.
Oh, and certainly to your teacher in the art of arms.
Kill this
Exactly.
man.
Right.
The most important.
So I think we're taking a momentary break as we tabulate the scores.
this
And I
Owen.
think we're going directly to a finals pool here.
Sorry if that
I
was
hope that we get
that's okay,
another
dude.
normal pool, but I think he was
Okay.
saying that we're going directly to a finals pool.
Mostly for the bit. Kill this person.
I believe so as well.
Okay. All right. All right.
He is lapelled, so they heard it better than we did. You can have the headphones.
Yeah, give me over here.
So I was told by Declan that 15 is where we want to be.
Just keep track of this one by hand. Don't even. Okay. A two-person pool. Don't even worry about it. Just Craig and Owen.
Also, good to have you on the stream, Connor. I see you down there. I believe that Sinestra
It is.
is our
Correct.
Connor Kempkoa, our friend.
So yeah, record it right there.
Well, I would like to thank Mr. Kem Cowell
For all the marbles.
because he was my introduction to streaming at HEMA events.
No way. Tell me a little bit more about that. I'm
I,
sure he'll enjoy hearing about it.
Yeah, at Rev Rumble the year before last, which I believe was the inaugural Rev Rumble. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it this year due to thesis. But yeah, I was asked to do a little bit of commentating, and
Okay.
And the,
Connor
re-
gave me some advice.
and the rest
helped me
is
practice.
Table ready?
history or historical fencing, I suppose.
Spencer
All right,
ready.
I think we're
It's
into the
a
finals.
ready.
interpretation of the primary
Fence.
sources. We'll put it like that.
I think we're up again. So this is Craig and Owen.
Hold.
It's that same thrust over.
Clean hit blue. Thrust
So
the axle up.
gold there goes to grab the
Spencer ready.
spirit of blue, but
Spencer ready.
blue is still moving it, still thinking about what he might do, and manages to, I suppose that's
Ready and
essentially
ready?
disengage.
Ready.
Yeah.
And
Fence.
hitting the head at the same tempo.
So gold fencer here is Owen out
Oh!
of Laurel City.
Clean hit
And blue
gold.
fencer is
Strike to the
Craig
hands.
out of Capital KDF. Although prior to that, he did
Last
train at
pass.
Western
Spencer
Armizare.
ready. Spencer ready.
In fact, he was
For
in
all
my
the
beginner
marbles.
class.
Fence.
And, he's always been a problem.
Oh.
Here he is being a problem again. Wouldn't you say? Oh, my.
I think I
That
would
was a
say.
pool cueing thrust to the face. Unfortunately, that's a card. So clean hit gold and card Craig yellow.
So what's interesting there is
Just
that
a little
the
too
prior
much oomph,
thrusts
but
by blue fencer
I think you probably didn't even care. But
were renewals.
we gotta hold
first
the
one had
standard.
been parried.
Um,
but because this one had a
so-
bigger opening, blue fencer came
Listen
a little
up.
too fast, a little too hard.
we're gonna run pool of 4 next to determine third and fourth. But we have.
Are you saying he was
first,
awarded a card?
Owen, second, Craig.
Reasonable. We got to keep this safe.
And so this, I believe, yeah,
You're
determined-
totally fine.
Well, I
the
mean,
only reason I
y'all
called it
heard
was because it was a
heard
picture.
Ian announce it. I'm not going to repeat
Like,
myself.
I'm sure Owen didn't. All right. That was good. All right, we do have
Owen,
another.
a very experienced armored fencer. Craig, very experienced with
We got 7 minutes.
dagger.
I think we can mostly do it. And I already asked Mike if we go a little
Has
bit
run
over, it's
dagger
okay.
classes, I know. So I was
And I need
expecting
water. I
him
just
to
realized I
actually
haven't had water
use
since 10 a.m.
the sword more, but he mostly used the spear.
We'll make it through. Yeah. I am really glad that we got the camera set up, and I think we caught several of them.
Number 4, James, Andrew, Dustin, and Liz.
James, Andrew, Dustin, Liz, we're doing a second and third. Or sorry, third and fourth.
Dustin in blue, gold.
Dustin blue, Liz gold.
If you could hear that, those were the dulcet tones of Mr. Robert Joseph Bacon, our professional stream monkey.
And we caught the wonderful. I'm loving this. Yeah, so that volume. Have I been spiking
And actually,
our audio volume?
people who are watching, can you tell us whether you feel that the volume of all of the different all the speaking elements is good for you? Can you hear Ian? Can you hear us well?
Really great passes. Nice. Oh, that's hot fire. Yeah. Yeah, we just ran first, second, and now we're doing third. I don't know if we have a fourth place prize, but that's about good. Finals duel is complete. Now we're going for third and fourth.
So,
Table ready.
if you didn't hear that, which you probably
Spencer
did,
ready.
Spencer
the
ready. Prior bout was the determined first
Spence.
place. This will be determined third and fourth place.
This is Liz, originally from Boston Armizare, now from the South, versus our own Dustin Kilpatrick, also from Boston Armizare.
But also originally
Kirkpatrick.
from further south, although Connecticut, which I consider a southern state, but most don't.
Hold.
All right, we
That's a verbal watch that one, but I don't think it was too forceful. Clean gold.
I believe that is a
Rising.
fingered thrust on the inside line, disengaged.
Spencer
to the
ready.
outside.
I'm
Spencer
not
ready.
sure if you know this, Matt, but she's been training
Spence.
Epee recently.
I can tell.
Yep.
She's not the only one.
Hold. Right in the
Yikes.
axilla.
Very
Clean hit
nice.
blue.
From Dustin.
I myself also trained epee. I
Point your tip at
injured
me,
myself out of Midwestern epee regionals.
So that's a nice
Spencer ready.
thrust that
Spencer ready.
comes down with a find over Gold's spear.
Yeah.
Comes in nicely.
It's
Very
all
clean.
tied up. This will determine the winner.
Or the bronzer, as it were.
The winner of the The winner of the bronze
Oh,
medal.
swords are coming out.
Swords are out.
Oh,
Blue fencers lost the sword.
and he's still one-handed. All right, we're coming back in. It's not over.
Blue survived, having to pick up the sword off the ground.
Hold.
Oh.
Rising cuts to the hand. Clean hit blue. What a scuffle. One more pass. That was it. All right.
That was a match.
Thanks,
So
Spencers.
that clean hit from Blue determines the match. It was a nice little cut up with a sword.
I think when Blue dropped his sword, that was a missed opportunity for Gold. But I want to applaud Gold's sportsmanship for not rushing in and letting Blue pick up the sword.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, some folks don't value winning above all else.
I think that we'd like to make sure that the rules enforce that the most, but then second, the fencers can
True.
can hold true virtue in their hearts.
Thank you for asking, though. Yeah. I hope to
So in
someday
the,
when
in
we
the
have a different
three-pass
floor.
system, sometimes if somebody wins the
Yep.
first two, well, the third isn't as exciting. So it's very nice there to get the
Belt
medal
stays
belt
on Andrew.
and have it decided by the last pass, and to have that pass be a real back and forth.
Yeah, we really want to make sure. We really want to find
Kevin,
rules
pit crew.
and training systems that allow
Judge pit
for
crewing.
interaction and studious action and things that are
Alrighty. Table ready.
advocated for in the books
Table
that are
ready.
good.
Spencer ready. Spencer ready.
It's nice when we get to see them replicated here in the match.
Exactly. I believe this would be for 5th and 6th place. The sword and belt are out,
Hold.
100
Plain
cuts to
hit
the
gold.
hand.
Cut to the hands.
Oh yeah.
and a bit of a whip with the belt buckle there.
Is that worth extra points, Matt?
It's worth style points.
One style, then
Player
awarded to
around
gold.
behind. Drop it down below the level of the breastplate up front. Below the level of the breastplate, right there. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it in the back. Drop it down in the front. Yeah. Tighten it up, right down there.
And Connor, we've heard your comment that the our voices are a little soft. We're gonna get that addressed.
All right, we'll be a little louder. Thank you very much.
Oh, we'll also just turn up
Table
the
ready?
volume so we can speak normally.
Ready?
But in the meantime,
Ready?
shout like your
Fence.
life depended on it, or the fencer's chances depended on it, maybe.
Exactly. I will do that. As if I were a judge or director.
Hold.
Oh, the ring out.
Ring out.
That's gonna be that was a retreat. We're gonna call that.
So in this
yeah, clean
case,
hit gold.
because we're no longer in a pool scenario and we're
Last
curious
pass.
about which fencer will
Watch
win this
your
match,
retreating.
getting a double doesn't really do that
Yeah.
much.
So this is the last one. Fence
It
ready.
won't really affect the
Fence
outcome
ready.
of the match.
Fence.
And not all ring outs will be treated the same. So here we have the retreat, which is treated a little differently.
Oh, that was close to the head. But a nice parry. Oh,
Hold.
yeah.
But it was a premature hold. Reset.
It's cut there to the lower arm.
Fencer ready.
To
Fencer
the
ready.
Tricep rather,
Fence.
not to the forearm.
Hold.
All right, so
goes the
Gold
second
presses
to
his
find,
advantage
open armor. Clean hit gold.
and just continues to strike. But because he's got positional advantage, he can take whatever actions he likes.
Exactly. The ability to cut to the face is rather interesting, and it changes the dynamic. To what one
How many
might
more do I have
expect
left?
if this were spear and dagger. You're much more exposed than in that case, because the distance of the cat's bulger
We have 4 left.
is much more
right.
significant.
Ready? Ready? Oh. Fencer ready. Fencer ready. Fence.
Golden Fence are starting with both weapons out from the get-go. We'll see how Blue handles the distance.
Yeah, he goes for the arm immediately.
Not on
He
crossroad.
tries to find an opportunity to
Confident. All right.
to grab
Clean
the arm.
hit. Blue. Fencer ready.
Yeah, with the
ready?
with the arms on target,
Fence.
it's really quite easy to get hit there if you're not cautious.
True.
And it seems like Gold's arm is currently in a position where it bears the outside of his arm a lot of the time.
I think certainly having the sword out adds more vulnerability. I think that's going to be the cut.
Cut
by
to hand.
Blue.
Clean hit.
Beautiful
Gold.
pass.
Yeah.
Oh, clean hit. Blue.
And a really
Cut to
nice
hand.
management of
Fencer
measure.
ready.
here.
Fencer ready. Fence.
Certainly. I mean, that's like I said before. That's the risk with the sword, is that if the measure's not managed, you're at a disadvantage. But Blue was able to keep it at an advantageous distance and land that hit.
So if the measure's not managed, you're at a
to hand.
disadvantage. That's beautiful.
Clean hit.
Matt.
Blue.
They say I'm a poet. They're lying, but they still say it.
I'm pleased to hear it, honestly. Please don't watch this match as well. All right. So we've got Andrew against Liz now. Liz in golds, Andrew in blue. Both
Table?
at least originally from Boston Armizare.
Spencer?
True.
Spencer?
And
Fence.
both wearing blue fencing kit. Gold here, using the sword as a warhammer
Hold. Cut to hands. Clean hit blue.
to no advantage, apparently. in that
Points for
pass, at least.
creativity. Not actually.
Very cool, though.
Spencer ready. Spencer ready. Spence. Oh.
Oh, yikes.
Bib.
Gold gets in there with a nice
I s-
thrust
I
to
saw
the
a
face,
clip
it looks
coming in.
like.
Up.
Yeah, and it's in the tempo of blue stepping
I get
backwards.
went boom, boom.
His balance is
Went down.
off for a moment, and that's the opportunity that Gold takes
All right.
to hit over the
Scoring that as a
spear.
controlled thrust. I
injudicious
saw it
step.
touch the mesh and then drop down to the bib. I believe that the touch to the mesh and the drop was a product of control, not of a miss. Clean hit, gold. Spencer ready. Ready. Spence.
Going
We
for the
started
hands
with both
there.
weapons out.
Hold.
These are hitting
to
all
the
of the
hands.
places sequentially where you can't actually hit in this rule set. Very interesting.
It was in service to a cut to the hands. Second verbal warning, you're trying my patience on the cut to the head. All right. That was a clean hit blue. Will that be final? Excellent.
I believe this will be the final bout.
All right, let's
of
burn it,
armor.
people.
No, I heard an on deck as well.
Spencer ready. Spencer ready.
I think there might be
Table
one
and
more.
judge.
Apologies,
Spence.
I am wrong.
We'll see it in just a moment.
Blue fencer again with both weapons out.
Hold.
100 cuts.
Clean hit blue. Cut to the hands. Spencer ready. Spencer ready. Spence. Clean hit blue,
believe-
cut to the hands.
There we have another cut to the hands.
Last pass. Spencer ready. Spencer ready. Spence.
Now Gold starting with both weapons out.
An exciting end. The couched lance as we saw before.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Clean hit gold.
That's good. That's looking good.
All right. Final match. Liz on blue, James in gold. Let's burn it, people. We need to get out of the way.
All right. We think that this is the last match coming up here now. Dustin versus Liz. Oh, no. Not Dustin.
Armor debrief. Right after this, we'll be in that corner. We need to vacate this. Heard?
Subsequent to armor, we will have our team's tournament. So you have that to look forward to.
Table ready? Spencer ready. Spencer ready.
I am indeed
Spence.
looking forward to it because I will be judging it, Matt. I
I'm
can't
looking
wait.
forward to it since I believe I will still be commentating. But I might be judging. Who knows?
Hold.
I believe that's a thrust to the upper arm.
It was
there.
mesh.
I
Okay.
renewed
Clean
to the
hit
mesh.
blue. Thrust
Very
to the
nice.
mesh. Spencer ready.
It did. It came off.
Spencer
and
ready.
Went right to the mask.
Spence.
Both fencers starting with the spears.
Hold. Half strike to the hand. Clean hit blue.
So that's a half
Last
strike,
pass.
a half
Spencer
strike
ready?
screw count on the hand.
Spencer ready. Spence.
And if you're just joining us, the hands are uncovered in this armored rule set due to the armor constraints that we assume here.
Hold.
Oh, a dangerous thrust over
Thrust
the
to the
top.
face. Clean hit gold.
Yep.
Armor to that corner,
And
please,
also,
with
you'll
the
note
weapons.
nice and
Thank you.
controlled, a nice safe action, exactly what we're trying to get out of this tournament.
That's a quick reminder. Over there on the right, you can see the kind of armor we're looking at here. And certainly with no protection at all or very little,
Yep.
a good hit to the hands by a half would be quite a problem.
Craig in second because
Yeah,
he
yikes.
lost that. Oh, in
No,
first.
thank you.
The winner. said competition volume, was Owen Haller.
That's Owen Haller.
Star Wars style. Second place, with a very admirable showing, was Mr.
That's Craig Kellner, second place. For armor. This is the armor event that's being awarded right now.
In third, Andrew Gleason.
Andrew Gleason.
And in third place of the armor event, Andrew Gleason.
Coming in fourth, Dustin Kirkpatrick.
Dustin Kirkpatrick, fourth place. It's nice to see some good Boston Armizare representation up here on this podium.
Our fifth place, Scott.
There's Scott, fifth place, also Boston Armizare. Oh, and from Sprezzatura, we see the icon on the top right.
And coming in sixth, which is the last medaled place.
Sprezzatura Fitness, one of the sponsors.
Who may not be here at the moment. Okay, and then so our first place prize, which the certificate will be given afterwards, actually comes from Sprezzatura Sports Wellness. Liz has started a performance service. Help you in these endeavors. And Owen, very American. Hey!
Here we go. Here's James Morgan, it looks like, coming to get his fifth place medal. Perfect. Glad we were able to get that to him before he left.
All right.
Everybody 2 steps to the right. Your right.
Perfect. Give me everyone.
Well done, everybody. Yeah!